All right, this is John Krasinski, Pittsburgh Soccer Now. Very happy to have Tyler Shultz with us. Tyler, congratulations. Big win tonight. You're a Keystone Oaks boys. Came away with you took on South Park, who were undefeated in your section. They had beaten you earlier this year at their place, but you had the return match at home at Dormont, and you came out with you. It didn't look that good in the beginning. You were down 1-0, and you went into halfway through the first half. You finally caught a break and got a red card, sending off a South Park player. So you played the match up 11, up a man 11 v 10, and even through the first half, it was a little bit of a struggle. But obviously turned it up a notch in the second half, and it came away with a big win. So before we get into the details of the game, just as you were saying, like what's just the emotion and the excitement of what happened tonight? What's the feeling for you guys?
Oh, it's huge for us. We have been trying to put it together all season. Towards the beginning of the season, we're experimenting. It was tough getting off to the start we did. We had COVID in the summer. I took over as the new coach. Didn't really have a chance to get some summer voluntary practices with them. And really, camp was the first time that we got together as a true team. So trying to find the right chemistry, the right formation, trying to gel together. And recently it's been coming together. And tonight we really saw the product that we've been waiting for. And really, the boys enjoyed the win, and I could see it in their faces. And even some of the things we said in the post game kind of speech, we could definitely see that it took it that next step further for the boys to get that big win in our section and to take down South Park.
Absolutely. So, going into this match, you know how tough South Park's been. I mean, they're kind of the team that carries the flag for this section for so long. They're always a tough matchup. What made them especially tough tonight and this year so far?
I'll tell you what, they're very well coached. John Cantwell is a great coach. He's been doing great things there for a while. And you know what? Their back, I'll call it their back triangle between their holding mid, number 23, I think it is, and their two center backs. They hold it down back there. And especially for us, where our strength is more of the attack with Rutger Randall and Rohan Shrestha. It makes it tough. In that first game, they really put the clamps down on us, and we weren't really able to get much of an attack. But this time around, halfway through the first Elizabeth forward game we played, we switched formations. We changed to a 3-5-2, and it generated some more offense for us, and you could see it this time. We had a lot more chances than we did at their place, and we welcomed them to Dormont for sure.
Yeah, and obviously, like I said, it was still 1-0 at halftime. What was said? What did you have to say, or was anything said, or was it just a matter of taking care of business?
I told the boys, I said, in something I've been preaching to them the whole year, if they work hard, if they beat the guy next to them, and they really put it together for 80 minutes, it's going to come away. We're going to get that win. We're going to get that big victory we've been aiming for. And you know what? They came out and they took a hold of the game. They really took their chances. They really took it to them. The 50-50 balls started to lean our way. We won a lot of those. And, every game, I tell them to just do their job, believe in each other, and believe that they can do it. And I'll tell you what, tonight was one of those nights that it finally came to fruition. And it was tough because even on Saturday, we lost to Elizabeth forward 2-1 in overtime. And, I really thought we had that game. And for them to work as hard as they did all game on Saturday, they really put it in. They had a couple lapses. And tonight, we had that one lapse where a couple seconds there, they scored the goal. But overall, they really put it together and worked hard tonight. And they came out with the W. And I pointed that out to them. And hopefully they see that going forward and they continue to put the hard work in.
Yeah, I understand. I guess Shrestha and scored the game winner. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yep. Slotted it in the left corner there, left lower corner.
So you have him, and then you have Rutger Randall, who was our player of the week going back to week one. I mean, You like you said, you have some really good attacking pieces, and Rutger was you were concerned about him playing tonight. Heading into the match because he had gotten nicked up on in Saturday's game, I believe.
Yeah, Saturday's game was a rough one. We lost Rutger for most of the game. His ankle was a little injured. Um, Trevor Schutz, who is our other striker, he actually hurt his calf in that game, and he was out tonight. He didn't even play. He's normally our starting junior up there with Rutger. And Sam Music was a little banged up on Saturday too, but he came out and pushed through the leg injury he had.
Yeah, and what does it say for your program? You guys have kind of been knocking in your section. This Elizabeth Forward's there, you're there. I mean, even some of those other teams below you guys in the standings have been, they haven't been easy wins. From everything I've seen and heard, and what I've seen last year too. I mean, I think the section overall is just super competitive, and you guys it's a night in, night out. It's never easy, right?
It's not. It's a deep section, and I'd be willing to bet it's maybe the deepest in Double A. Like we know, South Park is in the lead. Got their first loss tonight, and they're a strong team. Elizabeth Forward brings the speed and toughness. They are no easy game at all. And even below in the standings, looking at Avonworth, they're a team that comes up into Double A, and they are not an easy W at all. Um, you know, First game we played them was 4-3. It was back and forth. The second game we played was 5-1, but they've taken South Park to double overtime. I think they tied Elizabeth Forward. They are a well-coached team as well. I coached against them in single A whenever I was an assistant at Carlinton, and I've seen them, from the state champions a couple years ago or close to state champions, I think, and now to in Double A in our section. And they're a great program. They're always there. They're always competitive. And even Steel Valley this year, they have some talent and they've been making some noise. So it's honestly a gauntlet this year in Section 1 in Double A. But for us to come out and play the way we've been playing, like I said, at the beginning of the year, it was very up and down. But like I said, we're putting it together. We're starting to gel. And the one phrase I've been saying a lot is it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I hope the boys see that.
Yeah, and speaking of finish, you've got a week and maybe a day or two left of the regular season, and then it looks good. I mean, everything seems to be, all signs seem to be pointing towards the WPIAL playoffs being status quo, if you will, the 4 teams from each section getting in. Although I know we haven't officially confirmed everything. I think they're taking it 1 week at a time. But for you and for your program heading into the playoffs, a win like this, even knowing that you're toe to toe with Elizabeth Forward, and a win like this, I mean, it has to really, really help believe that you guys can beat anybody, right?
Oh, it rings true throughout the team. After tonight, I wanted to just put the emphasis that we can really go with it with any team. Whoever we get in the first round, I don't think that, we're the underdog. I think we're going to come in, we're going to be a strong team, and people should be afraid to be matched up with us because we're really starting to put the rubber to the road and get going here. Once we made that change and the boys, some of them look more energized in their new positions. And it really, really made things good for us. So, whoever we draw in the first round, it's never an easy matchup. They're obviously a good team if they made playoffs as well. But I think we're just as good, if not better than any other team in the WPIAL right now.
Yeah, I've always said, I mean, 2A in recent years has been pretty top heavy with, you've got the big 3, but, Quaker Valley and North Catholic are battling in their section. You got Deer Lakes and Shadyside, who we're going to see on Wednesday night. So, but I think sometimes when you have a section like yours where there's, it's tougher from top to bottom, maybe the teams that come out of that section might be primed for some, maybe make some noise come playoff time. So I don't know. That's kind of the vibe I get this year. But hopefully.
Absolutely, come out of it battle tested. Come out tough, come out with your wounds, but absolutely ready to take anyone on and really take the tough. tough tests.
Absolutely. So again, this I've asked all the coaches the same question, but just in dealing with it's such an unusual season. Now you're almost at the finish line of the regular season. Just what's it been like, and have you been able to lean on your older players and your leadership, among the group of players just to get through this point and to just obviously it's been challenging making sure everybody's on top of everything, right?
Oh, absolutely. Shout out to my assistant coaches, Eric Mikulski, JP Nicola, and John McCarthy. They've done an amazing job helping me, whether it be, taking the temperatures and the screening questions to get into practices and games, getting all the equipment together, getting the kids together, making sure the little things are getting done. Well, obviously I'm dealing with a lot of other things going on. So shout out to them first and foremost. But this was a unique year, especially for me, taking over from a coach that's been here for 10 years, I think. So it's tough for these boys to make the change to a new coach, let alone not being able to meet him until the end of July, and then not having about 2 weeks until camp starts. So the seniors were absolutely helpful this year, helping me to understand kind of the traditions that go on, the way Dormont or KO works, the way that they play. They're tough. They work hard. They're always willing to step up to the task. They might fall short here and there, but they are absolutely always ready to take that challenge. And so, they've helped me adjust to this. And it's such a nice way to step into your first head coaching job, with this team, the facilities, the resources that are there. I absolutely feel comfortable, but it's been a tough season, and just as always, the schedule's always packed. It's always compact and compound, but this year I really felt like it was way more of a sprint than it normally is. And I wasn't really feeling it too much until recently, whenever we started getting those injuries, those knocks. But we're getting through it, and we're almost to the finish line, like you said. So we're almost there, and hopefully we keep going too.
Sounds good, Tyler. I think your enthusiasm is infectious. I'm sure your players feed off of it as well. And I always prided myself as kind of an optimistic coach, and myself, and enthusiasm sometimes is a good thing. And it's just great to see your program have a good big night like they did tonight. So congratulations, and we will be looking forward to seeing a lot more of Keystone Oaks in the next week, and then of course into the playoffs. So again, thanks for being with us tonight. We really appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys coming out. The boys really enjoyed having you, and it's great to have you into Dormont and see that beautiful stadium we have.
Absolutely. Those pictures tonight, and we're going to see them on our website later. Ed Thompson took a bunch of great pictures, and yeah, it looked really great. So
thank you again. I appreciate it.
All right, Tyler. Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Yep. You too.